Welcome back to Hearing Things with Julie and Brad. We are so happy to see you. Today we are going to talk...
Them, right? We don't see them. We don't have cameras in there.
I see. You don't see the people?
Oh, right.
You don't see the live studio audience that I see? How many of these have I had today? This might be getting in the way. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
We are going to just do a brief discussion about what we wish that people knew about hearing loss. And again, this is our opinion from our experiences, our personal feelings, not based on any fact or research or authority beyond our own. So it's kind of an interesting thing. I don't think we've ever really talked about it. Never.
Not the
like
two of us.
detail.
I think it's come up in conversations with other people with hearing loss. But
I'm going to start to the shock of no one. I wish that people understood that I don't hear everything you say. Because people have said to me more than once over my time on this earth, but you hear everything I say. Like, I don't know what I'm missing.
Right.
I'm doing a fantastic job of nonverbal cue reading, eye contact, reading your facial expressions, predicting words that I think are going to come up in the context of the conversation and phrasing, straining to listen and put phonetic sounds together, automatically filling in the blanks using amazing, well-developed context clues over the last 46 years with a hearing loss. I don't know what I'm missing. And I think that gets really sticky when I tell people that I have a hearing loss, because I'm not presenting in a way that maybe is the stereotypical version of what they think someone who is deaf or hard of hearing should be. My hearing aids don't correct my hearing like glasses do vision. They're just making what I have left a little bit louder. So that's my biggest thing. I'm not hearing everything you say, and I just wish people would understand that a little bit more. And hopefully that explanation has helped.
Yeah, you're a victim of your own success, right? As you have successful conversations, even though I'm willing to bet that very few interactions go by where you hear every word.
Yeah, no way.
You just don't, because the context clues, like you were saying, are so important, because there's only so many logical words that can fit where the conversation you're having.
Exactly.
And so it's something, I do the same thing. I'm sure I don't hear everything either, but I don't know. How do you prove a negative, right? I mean, how do you know what you didn't hear? So you don't know what you don't know. Exactly.
That's what I say all the time. What about you?
So the number
idea or something different?
It's similar. So the number one thing I wish people knew is that amplification is not clarification.
Oh, good one.
And so I think, so sometimes I hear something, but I can't understand what it is. And so it's very challenging, right? It's like, did I hear enough to use the context clues in order to have the conversation? Or do I need somebody to rephrase what they said? Or do I need, what else do I need? I don't know. Because like you said, hearing aids are not like glasses. They do not correct the problem. They just amplify sounds. And that's it. I mean, there's plenty of algorithms that are working and constantly kind of filtering out background noise in order to help us focus on the sounds that we want to hear. But again, what do we know the sounds that we want to hear? Maybe it's something we're talking, but maybe somebody's trying to get our attention elsewhere. And so it's so frustrating that even if I hear it, like you're saying that some things you don't hear. So even if I hear it, sometimes my brain doesn't understand what's going on, because it just doesn't. The words are garbled, or the accent, or somebody speaking too quickly, so I can hear the phonemes, right? I hear somebody saying something, but I don't know what that something was, and it can be very tiring to figure out what I need, right? So I'm in a conversation, and I hear something, and I don't know how much I need from the other person. Can I base my reaction on what we're talking about, what they just said, where I know the conversation is going? And so it's tiring. It's really tiring to kind of like evaluate what I just heard, because we're constantly doing that, right? When every time, like right now, I'm sure that Julie's doing it as I'm talking. Absolutely. It's like, do I understand what Brad's saying?
And I know your voice so well, your pitch and your prosody, your speech, your accent. I'm so used to that. My brain is trained for that now. But even with that, I bet there are things that are getting slurred for me that I'm not picking up.
Same. Yeah, same. Because
sure.
when you talk, like sometimes I don't get all the words. I know most of the time I don't get all the words, but it comes back to what you said. I don't know what I missed.
Right.
So yeah, so like we're really good at communicating because we've had to, right? We've developed these skills for decades of accommodations, self-accommodations, things that we need to do in order to get through conversations, get through the day. But it's a constant struggle, and that's what we talked about last episode, right? Is you can't understand, you can't empathize with someone unless you have the same issue, and even if you have the same issue, the fight is a little different. But it's constant, no matter how you're going about it. It's constant.
I have something I want to bring up that I wish people understood about hearing loss. This is going to be a bigger show at some point. Microaggressions. The microaggressions that I need to deal with on a daily basis.
I can't imagine.
And the reactions that I need to hold back is massive.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if I say to someone, "Oh, I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't hear you have hearing loss." And the joke that comes back, "What? Haha."
Yeah, not funny, folks.
It's not funny. But I have to laugh it off or smile or just roll with the interaction. There are so many examples that I could give, but I want to do a separate episode on this. We deal with that constantly.
Yep.
It's constant.
Yep.
And I just needed to bring that up, that I think that's something that people don't realize. Same with code switching to a certain extent. Not quite the best term for that. But, for example, if someone says that, "Oh, what?" and they're being funny about it, I have to make a decision. Am I going to be defensive and come across as the militant, crazy, disabled person? Or am I going to choose to be the laugh it off and then self-deprecate humor? You're making a constant decision of how you're going to portray yourself with your disability in every interaction you're having. That is exhausting. But that's a bigger topic for another day. But I wanted to kind of put that in people's minds for when this episode does come up. Start noticing and thinking to yourself as you move through your day about the ways we need to react and interact with people as we go through the world.
It's a good point. It's a really good point. I have so like for me at the desk, right? So as a librarian, I don't have to think. I wouldn't be able to be a circulation librarian, meaning I'm at the desk all the time because I don't know all the patrons' voices, and so I don't know their accents, their speech, how the volume, and so I'm constantly adjusting to it. And so a lot of interactions, I only get like keywords, and so that's challenging too. So it's constant. So we did this is a heavier topic than, I guess most of them are heavy, but this one's particularly. I'm feeling it. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling it.
The time that it deserves.
Yeah,
I think it was important to highlight because it is one thing that I don't think is discussed or acknowledged or brought to the front enough.
Yeah. And I think everybody eventually will have some hearing loss. We just live in too loud a world. And so having these discussions now will hopefully arm you in the future. If you're one of the people who don't have hearing issues right now, you might in the future. And so these are things that you need to keep in mind. And maybe one day you've come home from work and you're exhausted. And that's why. It's because you're straining to understand what you missed.
And you're constantly trying to decide how to move authentically through the world. We can never relax and just be.
Yeah.
So, not that I brought everybody down, but I think it was important.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give my book choice.
What do you got? What do you got? All right, book choices. Let's go.
Depressing the crowd.
Yeah. Is it another depressing book? Oh, it is a depressing book. Yeah, right there.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
So this book, every now and then, don't ask me why. I am not the outdoorsy type, okay? I sent Brad a thing today. When was it? Yesterday? It said if I ever disappear, don't waste time looking on the hiking trails. Just don't do it. You're not going to find me out there. Look at Nordstrom's. I might be dead in the shoe section. But don't bother with the hiking trails. But every now and then, I get in these swings of wanting to read nonfiction about different things that hopefully I'll never have to deal with. And one of those things, sometimes I like to read about survival. Like strategies to survive in very dire situations that hopefully I never find myself in. Odds are very good I will not find myself hanging off a rock face at any point. And the book I read is called Deep Survival. And it's by Laurence Gonzales. And it's basically who lives, who dies, and why. And it talks a lot about how you're going to get yourself out of the situation. Are you going to panic? Do you have a plan in place? Are you of sound mind enough to figure out shelter and food and fire? And It's very, very interesting. Let's hope I never need any of it. But there you go.
Did you take notes? Did you take notes?
What's going to happen? With me, I'll probably be on a beach, get bit by a jellyfish, and nobody's around. I mean, that'll be like my survival situation, right? All right. Go. What do you got?
I have...
Lighten it up, Brad.
Yes, I do, actually.
Everybody.
My book is about an 11-year-old chemist detective named Flavia Deluche.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's called The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley.
Never heard of this.
And it takes place in post-World War II Britain. And so Flavia, you'll love her. She's fantastic. She's just a little detective, and she just reminds. It's kind of like Agatha Christie with a wise ass 11-year-old girl. It's exactly right. I mean, she's not 11, but the series is phenomenal. I love it. The quick reads. It's all mystery novels. And so she's solving murders, and the family dynamics are fantastic. There's a lot of subplots that run through the series, and the mysteries themselves are pretty solid.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I'll check that out. You have to give me the info.
I will, yes.
Awesome.
So that's what we got today.
Well, thank you for lightening that up.
I tried,
drove the bus right into the building and depressed everybody. But you know what? It's important.
Yeah, for sure. And
as fun as we are and as funny as we are, it is important to get people to think.
Yeah, so please chime in. If you have things that you wish people know, please let us know. And that way other people can know what you think as well, because there's no one way to be deaf or hard of hearing.
Exactly.
And so maybe this doesn't resonate with you at all, and there's something else that really gets your blood up. Let us know, please.
Sure.
Great.
All right.
All right, bye,
we'll see
guys.
you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.